The 2010 Rim of the Pacific exercise is the 22nd in a series of the largest multinational joint forces maritime exercise in the Pacific. RIMPAC 10 is the most complex to date, with 19 live-fire days conducted on the range. RIMPAC demonstrates a commitment to working with global partners in guarding the sea lanes of commerce and communication. It helps to protect national interests abroad and ensure freedom of navigation as a basis for global peace and prosperity. RIMPAC prepares forces to be interoperable and ready for a wide range of potential operations. Units from Australia, Canada, France, Japan, the Republic of Korea, Singapore, and the United States conducted live fire on range, working together to effectively coordinate their operations. On the 6th of July, VP Det 45 of the Japanese Navy conducted an air anti-submarine warfare exercise. 3 P-3 Charlies dropped Mark 46 exercise torpedoes against Mark 30 underwater targets. The mission was successful. Following the mission, the aircrew enjoyed tours of PMRF control rooms and ordnance shops. The next day, the Japanese Navy conducted anti-submarine exercises in Whiskey 188 on the Bishore underwater range. JS Otago and JS Akebono successfully launched 2 VLA torpedoes against Mark 30 targets. On the 8th, the Japanese Navy conducted 3 surface-to-air missile shots. JS Otago fired 3 SM-2 missiles against 2 simultaneous BQM-74 targets. JS Akebono fired 1 ESSM during a single target presentation. Once Japan Navy completed their exercise, the Bonhomme Richard fired a RIM-7 missile shot against a single BQM-74. The Canadian ship HMCS Calgary followed up with an ESSM presentation. On July 9th, the JS Otago and the JS Akebono conducted an air warfare exercise on the range. Both ships engaged a towed aerial target, TDU, with their main guns and close-in weapon systems, demonstrating self-defense capability against inbound airborne threats. On July 10th, the ex-USS New Orleans, LPH-11, was the target for 2 simultaneous strikes. The U.S. Navy's JSS Choson, USS Benfold, the Canadian ship HMCS Calgary, and the Australian ship HMAS Warramunga fired 7 Harpoon missiles at the Hulk, followed by air-to-surface missile events by Wing 2 and Australian P-3 Charlies and US B-52s. On the 11th and 13th of July, PMRF supported surface-to-air missile exercises for the Canadian HMCS Algonquin, USS Benfold, USS Choson, USS Hopper, and one of the U.S. Navy's newest ships, LCS-1 USS Freedom. 9 missiles were fired against 11 BQM-74 targets. On July 12th, Canadian and Australian ships Algonquin, Calgary, Newcastle, and Warramunga, and an Australian helicopter conducted anti-submarine warfare exercises on the Bishore underwater tracking range. Both Mark 30 and a live U.S. Navy SSN were targets for 8 Mark 46 torpedo firings. A highlight of the RIMPAC exercise is the biennial competition between the surface ships for the best naval shore fire support. Ships from all participating countries executed naval gunfire using the Naval Gunfire Scoring System against a fake island on the Barster Range. On July 14th, ex-USS Monticello nearly escaped the wrath of a RIMPAC force, ships and aircraft assaulting the Monticello in an onslaught of arms, missiles, bombs, and gunfire. The Monticello endured hours of assault, but finally slipped into the Pacific more than 50 miles offshore the next morning. On July 15th and 16th, PMRF supported the U.S. Air Force, the U.S. Marine Corps, and the Navy's CVW-14 in both mine laying and air-to-air missile events. 5 BQM targets were destroyed by AIM-120, AIM-7, and AIM-9 missiles. On July 17th, the RIMPAC force converged on ex-USS Anchorage, LSD-36, executing weaponeering tactics at sea. The multinational force included Carrier Wing 14, Wings 10 and 11, the Korean ship Sejong the Great, and JS Akebono. They directed concentrated missile fire and dropped bombs against the Hulk. The U.S. submarine, USS Bremerton, closed in and delivered the coup de grace with a Mark 48 torpedo, sending the Anchorage to the ocean floor shortly after impact. On July 18th, PMRF supported more anti-submarine exercises. USS Benfold fired a single VLA against a Mark 30 target. USS Freedom, LCS-1, fired a RAM missile against a BQM-74 target, which was promptly destroyed. Once live fire was complete, PMRF supported a series of surface gunnery tracking events for the ship with 6 manned, high-speed mobile surface targets. Over the next 2 weeks, PMRF supported a myriad of fleet integration training, theater ASW training, and tactical phase events. These included ASWACs, airfield raids, time-sensitive targets, electronic warfare, smoky SAMs, fast intruder attack craft, mine warfare, and parajumpers on the islands of Kauai, Oahu, Molokai, and Hawaii at the Pohakuloa training area. In total, PMRF provided more than 100 target presentations and supported over 1,200 live fire rounds, missiles, torpedoes, bombs, and naval gunnery.